Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Hamashiach, Malak Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And all that is all praise to the Most High God in the name of His Son, Christ. You dig what I'm saying? Lord willing, back at you with a edification video. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, we are the children of the Most High. We are God's chosen people. We were the Israelites and the Jews that the Bible speaks of, man. It's time for us to come back to our law, statutes, and commandments that was given to us by our God and come back and worship Him how we're supposed to in these last days, man. Yes, got to reiterate it because we are living in the last days, all right? And if we don't start following these law, statutes, and commandments and come back to Him as it is written in a book, you know, He gonna get you. All right? So you won't get destroyed, man. It's that simple. So yeah, Lord willing, here with a quick edification video, not too long. As you can see, the title of the video is why are so-called Blacks and Latinos, the Israelites, like catching diseases at a more rapid rate than other nations, man. It can't be a coincidence. You feel me? It really can't be. You know, we're the smartest, we're the most athletic, the most innovative, you know what I'm saying? But we always somehow is falling at the bottom tier of everything in society, man. Even though we're so great, all right? And that's because the reason why we're catching these diseases is because everything the Lord demanded us not to eat, we kind of treat it as like delicacies, kind of like things that we get together with the family and we do. And the Lord despises that, man. The Lord despises that. And we catch these, we got to think about, we catch these diseases because other nations eat these different foods too. You feel me? But we're the ones that have cancer and high blood pressure and different stuff like that. Why? Because we're supposed to know better. We were given the law, statutes, and commandments. All right? If you tell your kid to not go to a party, you feel me? And you found out that him or her and their friend went to the party, and when you told them not to, you're going to be mad at your kid. You know what I'm saying? The friend, whatever. But you told your kid not to go to the party. So you're going to punish your kid accordingly. And that's why the Lord is putting us as a community do all this pestilence, man. Because we won't listen, man. All right? So let's get into it. We're going to start at the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, right? Here's how you know the Lord is getting at us because He told us the commandments. This is Leviticus chapter 11, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying to them, speak unto the children of Israel. That's key right there. He's plainly letting Moses and Aaron know to speak to my people. He didn't say go to the other nations and tell them what and what not to eat. He said go to my people. All right? So let's start that over. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. All right? So he's literally drawing a line. What you can and what you can't eat. All right? Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Okay, so when like a cow is cloven-footed, that's just an example. Like it has like a knuckle kind of. You feel me? And also chewing a cod means they take their time, they chew their food, they chew it properly, taking their time so it can be totally digested. You feel me? So the Lord's clearly saying, eating an animal that's not cloven-footed and that doesn't chew the cod, meaning he kind of just swallows his food, that animal's not healthy for you, all right? Let's keep going. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cod, or of them that divideth the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cod, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. So the camel doesn't divide it. The camel takes his time, he eats, you know what I'm saying, when he gets the grass or the hay or whatever he does, but he doesn't, his hoof doesn't divide, all right? So the Lord is letting us know that that's unhealthy for us. I'm going to skip around. The coney, because he cheweth the cod, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. That's like a damn muskrat looking thing. You know what I'm saying? And the hare, because he cheweth the cod, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. So yeah, so it ain't supposed to be rabbit season, man. People talking about eating rabbit. Rabbit is good. That's madness, man. The Lord said that's an abomination unto you. Don't eat a rabbit. Even though the rabbit takes his time and chews things up, a rabbit has like a damn paw, man. All right? And you can look at certain animals and see that they're not really meant for consumption because they don't really have no meat on them. They like all bones. You got to put things into perspective, man. The Lord told us this for a reason. All right? So the hare, we already see the rabbit, that's unclean to us. We're not going to go through this whole chapter because we'll be here all day. All right, we're going to go to 7. And we're going to focus on pigs, shrimp, crab, lobster, oysters, damn shellfish. Because that Blacks and Latinos, that's what we love, man. We treat those things like delicacies. You feel me? Like the world is ours when we have some damn crab legs, man. I used to be like that, man. I used to love crab legs until I realized what they really were. All right? So let's get it. Moving on to verse 7. And the swine, though he divideth the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cod, he is unclean to you. So the pig is he divides his hoof, but he don't chew the cod. The pig kind of swallows stuff whole, man. All right? It's kind of ridiculous. Let me get a video, man, real quick. The pig is and all these things are like bottom feeders: shrimp, crab, lobster, crawfish, damn shellfish, oysters. They are all at the bottom of the ocean. They are bottom feeders. They clean the ocean, man. The pig cleans the land. It's no different from like a roach or something. All right. So before we keep going, hold on. All right. So real quick, we're gonna restart 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cod, he is unclean unto you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. All right? So let's prove that. Let's prove that.
Never even had fish. They've had to throw a rat in there one time, and they ate it. It was a dead rat they got off a rat trap, and I just threw it in there just to see what they would do. The pigs, they rolled in it, and they ate it and fought over this nasty with maggots in it. And I just threw it in there. I figured, they'll just...
Salakia. Let me get that.
Remember, pigs, if you're eating pig, guys, I can just tell you this. You're making a big mistake. Remember, the pig is the dirtiest animal in the world. It'll eat anything and anything. Remember, a cow only eats grass. Okay? It doesn't eat corn or anything, or wheat or soy, but it's a vegetarian. You eat animals, okay, that are scrappers, then you get all the parasites that live in the pig. Remember, the pig, tapeworm, is bad arse tapeworm. And maybe we'll go ahead and put a picture in this, in the video here. The pig tapeworm. If you had pig, and maybe not,
you can't make this stuff up.
An egg, and they secrete out 200,000 to 300,000 eggs a day, and the pig tapeworm has to go through 5.
All right, you get the point. But here's a guy who's not even an Israelite, who's a farmer who's experienced in that field, telling people the pig is the most vile beast on the earth, man. The pig will literally eat a dead body. You throw that's what the mafia, I'm led to believe, that's what the mafia used to do, man. When they had to get rid of a body, they would go to pig pens, Throw the body in there, and within an hour, that body would be completely gone. Bones and all, man. That's because they not taking their time. They eating so fast. You feel me? And pigs don't sweat. You feel me? So all that nastiness and vileness is getting saved up. And our people treat pork like a damn delicacy. And we wonder why we die from all these diseases, man. All right? Let's go to the book of Mark chapter 5, verse 1. Yeah. We're going to stay on the pig for now. Because that's the main thing, man. Our people go, we go to McDonald's, we get the damn McGriddles, not even knowing how we killing ourselves, man. We get the sausage links. We get the bacon. We get all that, man. Let's go to, and this is Christ, all right? This is the book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 1. Now, we got to put this into context. And then came over into the other side of the sea, and they came over to the other side of the sea, into the country of the Gadarenes. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit. So basically, when Christ got off this ship, a man with a demon approached him. All right? Who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains. So this man was basically kind of bugged out. You know what I'm saying? He lived in a tomb. He was bugged out. He had spirits on him. All right? Let's keep it going. Because he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broke into pieces, neither could any man tame him. So this dude, he had a lot of demons on him. And always night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs crying and cutting himself with stones. But when he saw Christ afar off, he ran and worshiped him. You feel me? So nobody else could tame this guy, but the Hamashiach Malaki Hawashai, who the world calls Christ, he ran to him and worshiped him. All right? And cried with a loud voice and said, "What have I to do with thee, Christ, thou Son of the Most High God? I adjure thee by God that thou torment me not." You feel me? For he said unto him, this is Christ speaking, "Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit." So Christ is basically doing an exorcism, man. Not basically, that's what he is doing, all right? He's telling these demons, these evil spirits, "Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit." And he asked him, "What is thy name?" And he answered, saying, "My name is Legion, for we are many." So these are many unclean spirits that are coming out of this guy. Now look what Christ does, right? And he besought him much that he would not stand them away out of the country. So the Christ didn't want these demons to just go and mess with other people. Because that's what they do, man. All right? Now there was nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding. So Christ looks over and he sees a whole bunch of pigs just feeding. You feel me? And all the devils besought him, saying, "Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them." And forthwith Jesus came, Salakia, Jesus gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down the steep place into the sea, and they were about 2,000 and were choked in the sea. So pigs are so vile and nasty. Christ just sent evil spirits into the pigs and so that they committed suicide, man. The Lord's not dealing with us eating pig, man. It's an abomination. Now, a lot of people might get offended on this, which is unbelievable, man. The Lord's not dealing with that. All right, let's get something else. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 65, verse 3. Oh, but why? The Lord, take it up with the Lord, man. You want to continue killing yourself, by all means. You know what I mean? No one's going to stop you but the Lord. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 65 verse 3. A people that provoke me to anger continually to my face, that sacrifice in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of bricks, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eats swine's flesh, and the broth of abominable things is in their vessels. So we already have in verse 3, the Lord says, this people provoke me to anger continually to my face. Then we skip to verse 4, and it says, which eat swine's flesh and broth the abominable things in their vessels, man. So the Lord's looking at our people eating pig, and he's disgusted, man. He's disgusted. He demanded us not to eat of the pig, man, of the swine. All right? Which eat swine. So let's get that one more time. A people that provoke me to anger continually to my face. That means he takes it personal, man. That sacrifice in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh and the broth of abominable things in their vessels. You can't make this stuff up. The Lord's not dealing with eating swine, man. And don't say that's a Muslim thing, man. A so-called Muslim thing, man. Because the Quran was copied by the Bible. No, the Salakia. The Bible, the Quran was written when Muhammad or whatever madness, you know what I'm saying, was watching the Bible. All right, long story short. So this is the Lord's laws, man. He demands that we don't eat these abominable things. All right. Let's get to one more thing about the swine. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 66, verse 17. We're going to start at 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So let's see one of the things he's coming angry about. Because he's not, like we talk about, the Lord's not coming to hold hands and kiss babies, man. The Lord is not the wicked ass Pope. The Lord is not wicked Joel Osteen or T.D. Snakes or freaky Kirk Franklin. The Lord is serious, man, and he's about business, all right? So let's see why he's going to be his rebuke with flames of fire. Why are people going to be getting killed when he comes back? For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So the Lord, you know how you plead with somebody? Please, 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 man. I beg you, please. The Lord, his please is just going to be catch and wreck, man. That's how the Lord's going to plead with flesh, man. The Lord's not asking. Just like in these scriptures, he's not asking anybody to do anything. He's not asking the Israelites to do anything. He's demanding that the Israelites do these things. And if not, he's going to plead with you with death. It's that simple. So moving on to 17, to the point. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination, the mouse, shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. And that's funny because you see all these other nations, man. Like I said, they eat whatever they want, man. I seen a video where some Moabites, so-called Chinese, they was cooking up rats and stuff like that, man. Plucking off their hairs, putting in boiling water, man. But they're not really getting sick off of that, man. They eating every abominable thing in the ocean, but they not getting sick. It's only us. You feel me? They eat damn squid, eels, damn oysters, shellfish. Then I seen something called a monkfish. It look the ugliest fish you ever seen in your life, man. It looked like a damn sea monster, man. They got it in ShopRite, man. My point is, the Lord is punishing us because we are supposed to know better. The Lord loved us enough to say, look, this is what you can eat and this is what you can't eat. You want to live a healthy life? This is what you can eat. You feel me? The Lord is not with cancer and high blood pressure and all these different sicknesses that our people are tormented with, man. You feel me? Big Mama done cook pork every Sunday, man, for the whole family. But when Big Mama in the hospital, everybody's wondering why, man. Because the Lord didn't tell you to eat pork or any of these other abominations. All right? Let's get to how serious our forefathers were about not eating this stuff. And this is the attitude we got to have. Our forefathers would have rather died before eating these abominations, because they would rather die before displeasing the Lord. And in these last days, that's the attitude we got to have, man. It's either the Lord or death. See, not a lot of people is built for that. The Lord got to make you built for that. I pray every day that I'm built for that. All right, let's go to 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 18. This is the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 18. And Eleazar, this is a powerful brother. This is a powerful brother, a great example of how we should be in these last days, man. The book of 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. So he basically was damn near forced to eat pig, man. But he choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came of his own accord to the torment, as it behoved them to come, that there was resolute to stand out against such things as were not lawful for love of life to be tasted. So Shalom, King, Shalom. He said he wasn't going for that, man. All right? Let's keep it going. But they that had the charge of that wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision. Now this is deep right here. Such as was lawful for him to use, and make as if he did eat the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king. Now that's deep, because I'm going to get into something else. But this brother, they said, look, brother, look, just eat what you want to eat. Make it look like you eating this swine, man. And it kind of reminds me of when this whole corona, I don't want to get flagged, when the whole jab thing was coming out. And brothers was kind of saying, yeah, I don't want a jab card, man. I don't want a jab card. I don't want to make other brothers think that I have the jab card and to think it's okay to get it, man. I don't even want to put on the wrong perception of what the Lord wants, man. Eleazar didn't want to put on a bad example for the men that were coming after him. You feel me? I don't want to act like I'm bound down to this society just so I can get a pass, man. The Lord's not rocking with that, man. The Lord is looking for men who's going to stand 10 toes down, all right? And have faith that he's going to deliver them. You feel me? Let's keep it going. So we already know that he's like, look, just act like you're eating it. That in so doing, he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor. So he was like, look, man, if you just act like you're going to eat this pork, you won't die. You know, you got to think about this thing, man. death. All he got to do is put one little, he just got to sit in front of it. He don't even got to eat nothing. But this man was bold. But he began to consider discreetly, as became his age and the excellency of his ancient years and the honor of his gray head, whereunto he was come in his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by God. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightways to send him to the grave. Oh my gosh, man. You can almost get emotional thinking about how mighty our forefathers were. Like, this brother thought about how righteous he was up until that point. And he kind of thought like, look, man, if I do this, I'm led to believe he was thinking, man, that all gets erased, man. It doesn't even matter. I need to ride this thing out to the end. I need to stick this thing out to the end. Whether my end be brought on by them or not, man. This brother was living righteous his whole life. Got hit with a possibility to not die, but he still said, man, take me to the chamber, man. Because I got faith in the Lord, man. I'd rather upset the Lord. No, Salakia. I'd rather upset you than upset the Lord. And that's powerful, man. That's ridiculous, man. The amount of boldness our forefathers had. And the amount of faith they had in the Lord that we should be trying to strive for every day. Because all hell's about to break loose. And who knows what's going to happen. Right? Keeping going. Verse 24. For it became not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion. So this brother knew he had other people watch. And that's what a lot of brothers got to do too, man. You know, we all can fall victim of the flesh, man. So we should try to put out every good example for people that's about to come into this truth and people who are just getting into this truth. You know what I'm saying? To be as righteous as possible. You get what I'm saying? Because and it's crazy, right? Because that's why I kind of get upset at these celebrities that say we Hebrew Israelites, right? Now, I get it. The Lord works in mysterious ways. But it's like they saying we Israelites, but then they coming back, they smoking a ganja, they going to strip clubs, they fight, they doing everything that you're not supposed to be doing as an Israelite. So they're putting out a bad idea about how somebody might think that's how we supposed to act, man. That we can still hit the loud, that we can still hit the strip club. Cause this celebrity, you got the Kodak Blacks and all these other dudes, just because they said we Israelite, this is how Israelites are supposed to act. Eleazar was not that type of man. Eleazar was righteous, and he said, look, I got to put a good example out for these brothers because they watching me, all right? I can't even let them think I'm eating this pork. He said, I don't want them to think I've come to a strange religion. And so they, through mine hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to my old age and make it abominable. For though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet I shall not escape the hand of the mighty, neither alive or dead. That's deep. He said that I'm paraphrasing, but don't fear them who can harm your flesh, but fear him who can harm your soul. Man, I'm paraphrasing. You dig what I'm saying? Eleazar had that mindset, man. Don't fear them who could harm your flesh. Fear the one that put you in the flesh. Fear the one that made your spirit, man. And as small as it may seem, these pork, these shrimp, these crab, these lobsters, them damn shellfish, them crawfish. As small as it may seem to a non-believer, the Lord will get you for that. The angels are recording everything. Okay, this brother or sister knew that the scripture said don't eat this, but they still eat it. Okay, cool. The angels are watching, man. That's why we got to be diligent, and we got to know what the Lord says goes, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Who is the vessel to have to talk back to the potter? I'm paraphrasing. That's Romans 9. All right. So he's saying, yeah, you may take me out, but if I do this, I'm not going to escape the Lord. Because the Lord is the best serial killer ever. You dig? All right. Wherefore now, manfully changing this life, I will show myself such and one as mine age requireth, and leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he had said those words, immediately he went to torment. So them brothers, them dudes were so convicted that it was, man, we're not even trying to hear this. You know what I'm saying? They probably was condemned, like, dang, so guilty. They was like, we got to get rid of this dude now. Christ died with you know what I'm saying? He died righteous. A lot of our forefathers knew that they were going to die, but they still went and finished they finished, man. Leaving us the example to give us more faith, man. To let us know every little thing in these scriptures is important. All right? Every little thing. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, God don't think like that no more. God changed. That's the testament of the old God. Well, let's see. Let's get it verbatim, all right? Let's go to Malachi 3 and 6. Because for you to, the God is not the, Yahweh, who's the Most High God, he's not the author of confusion. For him to be flip-flopping, that would be an author of confusion. For him to say, don't celebrate wicked Valentine's Day and all these wicked holidays that America with 3 Ks tells us to celebrate so they can make gazillions of dollars and they worship so that we worship their gods. If the Lord told us not to do that, and then he told us we could do it, that would make him the author of confusion. And that's not what the Most High is about, all right? So we're going to go to Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. This is the book of Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So the Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments. He gave us these things, and he let us know, the Israelites, the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, that he hasn't changed. He still loves us, and he still expects us to follow these commandments so that we won't get consumed. The Lord is amazing. Let's get that again. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. The Lord gave us these things, and he didn't switch it up so that we won't die. He gave us these things because he loved us. He loves us. Salakia. All right? Let's see. Let's go back to Leviticus, because I kind of got on the swine. The swine is disgusting, man. You've been warned, so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Let's go to, this is starting back at Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters and the seas and in the rivers, them shall they eat. and all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the water, they shall be an abomination in you. Now the Lord didn't say, oh, they're not going to be good for you. They are not good for you. But he didn't say, well, Israel, you kind of shouldn't eat this. Well, because they're not that tasty. No, the Lord said it's an abomination to you. Meaning he put you at a ranking. He put you at a level to where you shouldn't even be eating that, man. Think about it like you got a son, he in high school or something, and you find out he's dating the most promiscuous, wicked girl in high school. You're going to take your son to the side and say, man, you better stop dating her. She's kind of like an abomination to you, man, because she could get you sick, just like all these unclean foods. She'll get you bugged out and all these other things, man. So the Lord is telling us, man, I'm put you on a different level than everybody else. This is madness for you to eat, man. I expect more out of you. I'm disappointed if you were to do that. So everything that have fins and scales that we can eat. So we can eat fish like trout, salmon, my favorite, flounder and salmon. Different fish like that. You're not crabs don't have fins nor scales, man. Crabs are sea spiders, man. They were meant to clean the bottom of the ocean. Shrimp are sea roaches. They were meant to clean the bottom of the ocean, just like a roach. Let's get that, man. Let's look that up. And we wonder why we get sick, man. All right, so all I did was type in, are shrimp a part of the roach family? Are shrimp a part of the roach family? Because, in this so-called wicked Valentine's Day, I can tell a lot of women with their sugar daddies or they single, they're going to post up a picture of that nasty, wicked shrimp on their plate, man. At that nasty restaurant they saved up to go to. The Lord's not dealing with that, man. So let's see. Are shrimp part of the roach family? So close that they belong to a group all their own called Pancrustacea. Pancrustacea. That means that the shrimp, lobsters, and other crustaceans are related, very closely related, not only to cockroaches. I'm going to repeat that again. That means shrimp, lobster, and other crustaceans are related, very closely related, not only to cockroaches, but to all other insects too. So while the relationship is close, a shrimp is definitely not a cockroach. Of course, it's not. It lives in the sea. You feel me? But if you're going to use that as an excuse to eat it, go right ahead, man. But all this is saying is shrimp, crab, lobsters, crawfish, and stuff, they are in the sea bug family. Bugs. You remember Men in Black when Will Smith stepped on that roach, man? Let's look up a picture of a shrimp before the head's cut off. This is a shrimp with the head. Oh my gosh. Puke worthy, man. Tell me that's not a bug. Tell me that is not a bug. Somebody tell me that's not a bug, man. If you saw that on land, you would absolutely freak out. I would. and do a stomp. You might not even stomp on it. You might be scared. You might think it might eat a hole through your boot or something, man. That is a certified bug. And you can't make this stuff up. All right? So let's continue. They shall be even abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses an abomination. All right? So even dolphins and sharks, man, they have fins, but they don't have scales. It has to have scales and fins for it to be lawful to the Most High God of Israel, to Yahweh by Hashem Hamashiach Malak Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, who's the Most High God, and his son Yahweh Shai. All right? Let's see. So you can eat stuff like sheep, ox, chicken, of course, turkey, the different fishes we went over. But you can't eat pork. You praying to white Jesus over that nasty, slithering, honey baked ham is not going to make it clean, man. Duck. You're not supposed to eat duck, which is a so-called delicacy, man. Eagles and stuff like that. Eels. Damn squid, calamari. I used to love fried calamari. But when you find out it's abomination, you got to let it go, man. You got to let the Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, we got to let these things go. Because they killing us. And that's the Most High God that's killing us because we're being defiant. All right? Why did it... Let's go to Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. This is the book of Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7. Because this is why the law is important. The law gives you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Let's get it. Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. So it's simple that we should not eat bottom feeders. But a lot of people don't know that. But coming into the knowledge of the Lord, he lets you see that that's wise, making it simple. Eating sea spider and sea roach, that should be a simple thing. But to the unlearned and unwise, it's not simple. But when you get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you wisen up and you realize, wow, that's simple. That's gross. How did I not see that before? You dig? The Lord makes the simple things in life wise. Like don't kill thy brother. Excuse me, Salakia. Not everybody gets that. But once you wisen up, Salakia. Once you get wisdom and knowledge from the Lord, you realize that's simple. To not kill or steal from your brother. To not go against the power that gave you everything you have. That made you a chosen. God's chosen people. It's simple to obey the Creator. Now, to the majority, it's not simple. But when you get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you wisen up to realize, oh, it's simple. All right. So let's get one more thing. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Two more things. I'm going to end it off. Salakia. This is the book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Why are they not grievous? Why are they not just annoying and just madness? Because everything that's commanded of us is beneficial to us. These things are given to us to help us. The Lord, the Lord didn't say don't eat pig so that we can say, oh man, I can't eat pig. No, the Lord showing us that pigs carry parasites. They're gross. It's beneficial and not grievous unto you to eat something that eats everything. You really can't make this stuff up, man. So the Lord's commandments are not grievous. They're not hard to do. Once you really follow the Lord in truth and sincerity. All right? So let's end it off, man. We're going to go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, our whole duty upon this earth is to fear God and keep his commandments. Do exactly what he says so that we can stay safe out here. So that we can stay healthy out here. So we can stay in his good graces out here. Because once you go against Yahweh, it's a wrap, man. And he bugging out a lot of our people in these last days, man. Just look at social media. All right? So I pray that was edifying for somebody. You dig what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, we are the children of the Most High. We are God's chosen people. We are the Jews that the Bible speaks of. It's time for us to come back to these law, statutes, and commandments and come back to our God as it is written in the book, man. Not as we were taught by the generation before us, man. And before that, and before that, and before that. Yesterday was the day to wake up, man. Because we in the last days, man. This thing is about to come to an end. Russia's about to invade Ukraine. Ukraine is going to need America with 3K's help. And then China's going to war with America with 3K's. All right? It's coming about. Whether it's tomorrow or whether it's a year from now or whether it's 2 years from now or whatever the timeline whatever timeline the Lord has, that's his timeline. But it's up to us to prepare and always watch and to see what we need to do to get in his good graces to be saved up out of this madness that's about to break out, man. And it's going to be a lot of stuff that leads up to that. All right? So with that being said, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach Malak Yahushai, and all that is all praise to the Most High God in the name of his Son, Christ. Blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, yesterday was the time to wake up, follow the commandments, follow our Lord like it is written in his book. Israel, I love you. Israel, we got next.